Okay, it starts with the state heads. The schools are overcrowded. Why didn't the school board see this coming several years ago?
I probably should let her go first because she's the one that can have perhaps the best answer for that. But I would say this, that there is no question that demographics are changing, have been changing significantly. That we are, a couple of different phenomena are going on, that we have now neighborhoods that have turned over, where seniors have aged out, and then younger families have come in, and those kids have come of school age. But we also have, I think, a difference because of the kind of place that we've created, where it's more family friendly, where there used to be families, the model was, for some, not certainly many of you raised your families here, but there was a phenomenon where because they became school-age kids, they would move a little further out. Well, guess what? Commutes got worse, and thankfully Arlington held the line on widening 66, so we held that line here, and commutes got worse, and people started staying more. So the real question is where was the leadership, and what were the opportunities to think outside the box, to ask the tough questions, to look at down the road what's happening, and as we rebuilt 3 high schools, did we do it in mind, thinking about the capacity that we were going to need in the future? Were we thinking big picture, flexible space, making sure that we could adapt to the changing demographics? When we started to have conversations about boundary changes and other reactions to the capacity, did we really have a holistic plan, or were we just constantly in reactionary mode? I think, from my view, now with 3 kids in school that are suffering from some of those consequences, I think that we are far too reactionary, and that it's high time that we get out in front and we enter a proactive period again in Arlington, where we're looking down the road and thinking of the future.
Is the question, why do we have crowded? I can't remember what the question was.
It says the schools are overcrowded. Why didn't the school board see this coming several years ago?
Okay, all right. Well, the short answer is the school board did, but I'll go back a little bit farther. When I first got on the school board back in 1997, crowding was an issue, and I ran actually our new school in South Arlington. That school is there today, Carlin Springs Elementary. We put facilities in our strategic plan, our 2 of the first strategic plans I did on the school board, and we did strategic plans, we would work those strategic plans. And eventually, we got so we took it out of the plan because we brought enough space online to just about meet all our needs. And if you look at a graphic of the population in schools around 2009, so it started to dip. And in fact, the county board was saying, oh, we're going to have to close schools, you guys aren't going to need as much money. And we were saying, well, wait a minute, let's find out whether this is just a dip or what this is. And then, of course, it started going up and going up quite rapidly. In 2011, I actually was checking on something, and Arl Now had an article quoting me, saying in January of 2011 that I looked at the capacity issues and we were going to be in big trouble in 16 and we needed to bring a school online. Now, I would like to say when we built those high schools, we did build flexibility in, and the school has been adding 300 seats to each of those high schools without adding space because we did build flexibility into that. The last thing you want to do is overbuild because that costs a lot of money. And you don't want to have big bonds for schools that you don't need. But we did build flexibility in, and now the schools need to move forward. And if you remember, the school and the Thomas Jefferson site, which is an elementary school, that came to us first in January of 15. And I was the one vote saying we needed to move forward. We needed to keep moving on schools. I got voted down, and then we went through a community process. Some good things came out of it. And then finally, January 1st, we voted for that building. It's just a whole year later. We lost a whole year. So I've been talking about this for a long time. I've known about it, but I haven't had the votes.